the world marks the International Day of the Midwife, attention is once again drawn to the critical role of midwife in safeguarding the health and well-being of mothers and newborn. This year's theme, 1 million more midwives, underscores global shortage of trained health professionals and the urgent need to strengthen healthcare systems to reduce preventable maternal and infant mortality within our communities. You are watching BATV Health Guide. Today, we'll explore the impact of midwives, the challenges they face, and why their services remain essential to building healthier communities. I am being joined in the program by a retired midwife who has spent 35 years providing services to pregnant women in the person of Fatima Haruna. Also, is a nurse midwife with the ATBU Teaching Hospital, Magdalene Michael, and another nurse midwife in the person of Asama'u Bello. Stay tuned as they tell us the role of the midwife. I am Elizabeth K, and thanks for joining BATV Health Guide.
So every year on 5th May, the International Day of the Midwife is celebrated. And this actually acknowledges the critical role of the midwife in maternal and newborn health. It advocates for better training, it advocates for better working conditions and employment of more midwives in a bid to reduce maternal mortality. The Medical Women Association of Nigeria, with its partners through the advocacy and implementation for maternal, child and newborn and health projects, actually leverages this day to bring awareness on the importance of these midwives and their contribution in reducing maternal mortality. They do so through counseling, through early detection, through the use of emotive, which involves setting bundles, which they will explain to you. So as Medical Women Association of Nigeria, we celebrate midwives, and we also ask and we also advocate for better working conditions for these midwives so that they can do their roles in taking care of the mother and the newborn.
A midwife is a professional, skilled person that takes care of a woman during pregnancy, labor, postpartum, child care, and even at weaning of the child. She identifies problems, sets plans, and participates in actions to prevent so many complications. And being a midwife, we start with the pregnancy. The pregnancy is taken care of during antenatal care, where the midwives advises or participate in the antenatal care of the pregnant woman, where she identifies problems. If there is no problems, she enhances with her advice on how to take care of the pregnancy. And where there is problem, she takes part in solving the problem. During labor, is the midwife that is met in the labor room with other obstetricians, where they collaborate and take care of the labor so that the labor ends well with a live baby. And during postpartum, before the postpartum, there are complications that might arise during labor. The midwife is taught how to detect early detection of complication, whereby she identifies there is going to be a problem if the woman in labor is left with the problem. So she tries her best to, they collaborate with the obstetricians and they take care of the complications before they arise. Then during postpartum, the midwife is also there to identify so that the woman does not get into further complications of delivery. Because when we talk of complications, especially postpartum hemorrhage, is one of the causes of maternal mortality, and it from delivery to 6 weeks, because we have primary PPH and secondary PPH. So the primary will be in the labor room where she delivered, but the secondary can happen in postpartum. So during postpartum, the midwife too is also there to identify and tackle problems. Then she teaches the new mothers, even the older ones nowadays, she teaches them how to take care of the babies, and how to she teaches the mothers how to identify little abnormalities in the newborns, so that they report early for interventions. And then the midwife also participates in the reproductive health of the women and the men too, because in obstetric and gynecology, we involve the men, because reproductive health, there has to be a man and a woman to have a very good and healthy reproductive life. So before the pregnancy, the midwife is there for pre-pregnancy counseling. So she's there when she delivers. She's there to involve the woman in reproductive health, so that she will breastfeed and have a safe motherhood and a healthy family.
Okay, in addition to what my matron has said, as a midwife who is working in a tertiary institution, we are frontliners. We ensure that every mother that comes to deliver in the hospital, and to some extent also at home, gets the best care. Like in the hospital, there is what we call the emotive. In the emotive is a bundle that we use in order to prevent postpartum hemorrhage in the facility, in order to avert any cause, any death that could occur as a result of postpartum hemorrhage. How do we go about the emotive? We detect early. Early detection saves life. Whenever a woman comes, you screen the woman, and then there is history, plus or minus. You prepare ahead of time. Then, when a woman when she delivers, we switch in the bundle, we rub up the uterus for contraction, we ensure we empty the uterus, because a little retained product of conception can be a cause of mortality, of which it's preventable. And then we escalate in cases where a midwife cannot handle it alone. There is what we call escalation. You call for help, and then we collaborate together in order to ensure that the mother comes out alive, hale and hearty for her baby and the family and the society at large. So we ensure that emotive bundle is activated in this facility. Also, in addition, as a midwife, there is what we do. We as a midwife, for example, a woman who is a rhesus negative mother comes to deliver. A midwife who is there will always ensure that the complication that could arise if she's neglected is averted. Why do I say that? There's what we call collection of sample, cord sample after delivery. Maybe a woman is a first timer and she's a rhesus negative mother, and let it be that she was not told about the implications or complications that may arise. You get? So we encourage her, we educate her on the needs to take the baby's cord sample, to check the blood grouping so as to give her a preventable injection that can encourage, that can help her to have more babies in the future. But should she not be given that injection, anything could happen. The body will see any pregnancy that comes behind after that first one as a problem, and then it becomes a problem. So a midwife worldwide, we celebrate ourselves today because we see we are the front liners. We ensure that we have a healthy generation. We bring forth presidents. We bring forth ministers, healthy people. A healthy generation depends on a healthy child. A healthy generation depends on a healthy mother. And a healthy generation depends on a caring midwife.
Midwives plays a very important role during a woman's a very important life journey, which is the pregnancy, delivery, and the delivery. So, as part of the midwife's role, is to ensure that every woman have a live baby at birth. And after delivery, after taking care of the mother, also the midwives ensure that the child, the baby is also healthy by providing all the immediate neonatal care that the child requires at birth. And also, part of the role of the midwife is right from ANC, where she ensures that any arising complications, such as maternal hypertension, because it's one of also the predisposing factors of maternal mortality, because hypertension is in a high rate, like in the part of the country where we are. So ensuring that the woman, her BP is measured during ANC, during labor, after labor, monitoring her blood pressure is very important, and it's also the midwife's role to ensure that her blood pressure is also measured. So what the midwives also do in the labor room and after delivery also is to ensure that every woman has been provided with all the care she needs at the right time and at the right place. So to ensure to get that, we are seeking the government and the policy makers to employ more midwives, because having the skilled attendant at birth is one of the major factor that can reduce maternal mortality and infant mortality as well. So without the skilled birth attendant, anything can happen, because some women have less privilege to access to the health services, because some are living in the remote areas. Those living in the remote areas, they have less privilege as those living in the urban area, because they have less skilled attendants at birth. So sometimes before they are transferred to the urban area, the worst has happened or the complication has arisen. But if they have the skilled birth attendant at the initial stage, all those complications can be prevented. So we are seeking for the policymakers and the government to look into like the manpower of the midwives across the country to see how they can help and assist the society by providing them with the skilled attendants they need at birth. Thank you.
Thank you. So if I may come in, we've all heard about the role of the midwife. So as a midwife, as you celebrate your day today, what is it that you feel proud of that you are offering to the world that other younger generation might see and say, okay, I want to wear that uniform, I want to also be a midwife. What are some of the successes?
The best part of it is when a mother comes in labor and she delivers safely and the baby cries in the first minute and there is no complication and that child breastfeeds well and the pupillium is safe, and you know, when you see a mother and a baby healthy, happy, and the family happy, that is what keeps the midwife going.
As a young midwife, how has it been working to help women bring forth children to this world?
Okay. It's been an amazing journey all through, because let me not speak because I'm a mother. I'm speaking as an experienced midwife and also a mother. That pain of labor is nothing to be compared to. So when you see a woman coming in pains and then leaving your units with a smile, it gladdens the heart. A woman will come and tell you, thank you, God bless you. It goes a long way. So as a midwife, I feel happy and I am proud to be a midwife. And in my next world, should I come into this world, I would wish to be a midwife again. Thank you.
So, being a midwife is not just like a name, but it's something like that has become part of you. As they said, the amazing thing is to see a woman and her baby are safe and alive after coming to you, like she's in a need, and she got what she's supposed to get at the right time. So she becomes happy, and also you become happy. And also, the important thing or the amazing thing that I'm always proud of is to see that I'm being part of people that are saving human lives. Not only a mother, but a child that is just coming, an innocent person. You be the first person in the child's experience. You are the first person that the child meets in the world. So that's also like a privilege to be there for for a new person in the world, to be the first person in contact. I think that's just a blessing.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a
Indeed,
blessing and it's amazing. And I'm so proud of it. And it's becoming part of me to see those things happening in my life.
I always tell my young midwives, even in the market, I can conduct delivery
Yeah.
and continue my shopping.
Yeah, I like that because I think I have taken 2 deliveries in the markets. There was this day I went for a shopping, and then it happened that a woman went into labor, and it was a precipitated labor. And then one thing you will always see in my bag, you will always find me with oxytocin, you will find me with gloves, you'll find me with cannula. So at a point, I was with my husband. So he was like, I know you're going to go there. I said, of course I'm going there. So I just put on my glove. When I VE, because I asked the woman to screen her. She was laid comfortably well in a literally position, screened with a wrapper, and then I did VE. Lo and behold, she was fully dilated. It was a precipitated labor that she didn't even know that she was in labor until when she started having the urge. So I just ruptured the membrane, took the delivery. Yeah, it was in the market, so getting access to Resolute was not a problem. Being that I had other things in my bag, I took the delivery and then I sent her to the nearest healthcare facility for further checkups. So being a midwife is amazing. It is.
So I'm calling for the younger generations that they should enroll themselves into midwifery training, because it's a very amazing training that one needs to be part of it, because you don't know what is in until you are being part of it. Then you know, like, this is so.
And with those expert advice, we come to the end of BATV Health Guide. Keep a date with us for more interesting and educative health programs where experts will talk about preventable measures, what we need to do to prevent ourselves from various types of diseases. But remember, every pregnant woman should go for antenatal care, deliver in a health facility, and go back for postnatal care, and also immunize the child to make sure the child grows healthy. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.